These are water reeds, no different than the ones that the ancient Egyptians have in the Nile Valley, and currently there as well. Now you can see how they come in different shapes and forms. They come a little fluffy like that, a little long, and some are more of this fluffiness right there. But this one is the one that I want to pay attention to the most, and I'll show you why. Now these reeds are very cool because they contain a bit of historical, etymological, and linguistic background to them. And I'm going to share some of that information now. Now, the water reed had two very important functions in ancient Egyptian culture. One, it was attributed to the letter I in the ancient Egyptian standard alphabet by which we apply the language to or speak the language. And this letter, which I'll show you here on the screen next to it, is what the Egyptians used to represent that letter, which is the water reed. And you can see the same shape that bends over that way, that curves to the top and then just kind of comes down, and then you have the stem at the very bottom. Now this reed is a very short one. I've cut it, but they can grow as tall as almost 6 to 7 feet high. The second function that the reed served in ancient Egyptian culture is that it acted like a stylus or a pen to be able to write on papyrus. Here I've cut a piece of it and I'm showing you what it looks like. And you could see it is actually hollow. And that was also shaped to create a type of pen to be able to write with, such as calligraphy or just pretty much anything. Now, in order to prepare the reed, the Egyptians removed much of the stalk that was on the outside of the reed. So that's one part there. You would remove all the stalk until you get to the core, which is the solid part of the actual reed. And then you would have something like a bamboo, a type of stick, which was nice and hard and could be used to write with in order to absorb the ink within it. Now, shaping the reed really is just taking any part of it and just shaving off sections of it like that. And just keep shaving off until you get and create a nice little reed section. Now, using an X-Acto, nice and sharp, I prepared the reed. I kind of just did it on my own to speed up the process. And this is a wooden one right over here on the left. And it works the same way. It functions in order to fill ink inside it and write with. And this is an actual natural reed plant stem that is also used in the same way. On the left here, you can see that this here is actually a feather. And feathers were used as quills and in order to write. So this is sort of an evolution to the West. So if you ever want an ancient Egyptian reed, a tool for writing, just find yourself some water reeds and prepare them and start using them to write. And this was a little bit of history about the beautiful and elegant water reed.